I am taking that same pattern of the gingerbread / snowman, whichever one you want to make. I made this with the gingerbread in a video. I'll link it down below. It shows how I painted it. But this one, these, I did just a little different. I did use nutmeg brown with a little bit of burnt sienna mixed in it to darken it up a little bit. Then I decided I wanted some cinnamon on it. So I just coated it with cinnamon on the front, dipped it down in the cinnamon, and let it dry. And then I sprayed over it with some that adhesive Loctite so the cinnamon wouldn't come off. This is the way it started out, and then that's the way it looks. What I want to make is a swag, and I'm trying to figure out, I need some things to go on. I need some things to go on the gingerbread. My mind runs faster than my mouth can talk. I think that's the way it goes. Anyway, so I've been getting pieces of wood and seeing what would work. This one I have, this is the way I done the one earlier that went on in the other video, it went on the cheese grater or the grater, the old rusty grater. It had the gingerbread with the candy cane. And then I went and made up a primitive heart for one. And maybe a stocking. I mean, they look kind of plain right now. It's going to be all in the embellishment. Just saying. They look kind of sad right now. And then a primitive star. And then here I have two candy canes, two smaller candy canes that I cut out that I thought it could be holding. Or I took one of these pieces of greenery and just tapered it up like a tree. It could be holding a tree. I think I've done that in one. Sounds familiar. Oh, I know. I done the snowman that I never showed you all. But I'm going to get it here in a minute, and I'm going to show you. Because I did do one of these patterns in a snowman. And I didn't show that. So I'm going to get that and show it to you. But anyways, this is what I'm working on. It's going to be a swag. I want the orange slices in between. And I'm making a swag. And hopefully it turns out really cute. Alright, here is the snowman. It's the same pattern, but instead of being a gingerbread, I painted it like a snowman, and it turned out really cute also. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I wanted to say, for the swag, you can see I did reduce the size of my gingerbread / snowman. Now, I'm going to start painting my little pieces. I don't know which ones I'm going to use, or if I use all of them or what. But the candy cane to start out with, I'm going to do the tops. I should have just done this with a sponge. That's much easier. A makeup sponge. But I'm going to base coat this the Apple Barrel Antique White. And I'll do those the same way. And probably the top of this stocking, I'll do that too. And then my heart and my stocking will be country red. And the star, I don't know if I'll use that. No, I've grabbed the wrong one. Well, it's called straw. That'll work. Yeah, Delta Saran Coat straw. It's pale yellow for the star. So I'll get all this base coated and started. And I'll come back and show you where I'm going from there. But right now, it's just basic smearing on paint. Okay, I have a mess here. I've been dragging out stuff. And I did do one. I've painted them all. And I distressed pretty heavy on them. I still got to distress my star. And I've done it with my finger sander. And I painted the candy canes white, and I'm using the grosgrain ribbon and wrapping it around there. And I'll do that also on this one. Well, first off, I need to ink it. And I've been picking out buttons and different things for the I need to put these in a thing before they get knocked around. Been picking out buttons and stuff for the gingerbread. I'm going to just ink around this. Instead of just being plain, I think it helps. It really does. Now, I'll take the ribbon and start it at an angle. And then just start twirling this around. Yeah, go in there. And I think, yeah, right there, that's good. So I'll put a piece of, or touch some hot glue right here. And then get my scissors. And cut that off. And then figure out which one I'm going to put it on. I think the one with the green, I'll put that on. But I got to do something. I can't just leave it plain like that. See how I put just a couple of little berries and a sprig of greenery. And I'm going to have to get some material and put around, figure out what I'm going to put around the neck. I'll go ahead and glue my buttons on because I know I'm going to use those. I'm going to use bells on this one. But I'm going to set these aside for just a minute. And I'm going to work on, I don't know what I'm using. Well, I need to, I'll be back. I'm going to distress this real fast because once I start covering this, I'm going to cover it in some clear wax and then some Jolie brown wax. Oh, I thought I was recording, and guess what? I wasn't. Well, I'm just saying, I gave this a pretty heavy distressing. Went over the whole star. And now I'm going to clean up the dust here. And then we're going to get the clear wax and the brown wax out and do all these. Okay, I did want to put some ink on the ribbon on the edges. Now, put that aside, and I'm going to get the clear wax out here, and I'm going to use one of these. And I'm going to clear wax it, each one of them. Now, I have another pad that I'll use for the dark wax. And this is a Jolie brown. Okay, I'll go around the edges.
You hear old Growly?
No. He's making her growl. Oh, we have a chicken, a hen, that's went brooding on the front porch in a bucket. For 2 weeks, we move the bucket, or we move her every night out to the coop. And the next night, she's back up here. Last night, we took the whole bucket. But she still came up here. There was another bucket, and she's got into it tonight. So we're just going to stick her out in the garage for tonight, and then we'll get out in the morning and let her out. And then I think we're going to have to get some kind of a cage to put her in while she's brooding. I don't know what else to do because something will get her out here, and we can't be carrying her in every night. Oops. Yeah, didn't hurt nothing. I actually like the ink better, but I like this over that. I like the color it turns it. So I think I'll just put this over it, let it dry some, and then go around it with ink, with the distress ink. Okay, I'll go over them just in a little bit with, just like I did with the candy canes. I'll go around the edges with this, but I'm going to wait a little bit. And I've decided to go around the edges of my gingerbread too with the distress ink in walnut. Well, I've been sitting here putting these together, trying to figure out what I want to put on them. I don't know, but I think I know what I want to do with some of this. I want to put something behind here. Let's see, I've kind of got to hot glue these together. These two here. And there's some of that I can put there. Trying to hold it together. This in the back or up here. Put that about right there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, think about like that. Now I'm going to hold that there for just a little bit, not burn my fingers. Okay, I think it is glued on now, and I had this bow to go on there, but I don't know if that looks good with that. It needs something, but I don't think it looks good with two material bows. Here's a bow I fixed. I don't know. That's why I have to sit and look at things and try to figure out just what looks good and what doesn't. That stocking definitely needs something there. But with this around his neck, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to have to sit here and think about this. Okay, I think that worked. Because I couldn't come up with anything else. No, a bow just will not work on there because of that. Even though I want one on there. Well, that doesn't look bad like that. Okay, I'm going to keep working with this. I've got this one. I've glued the heart. I decided to glue the small heart onto the star. I have it on there. I need to put something around the neck here. And maybe embellish it a little bit more. And then I had this one done. It has the berries on it. This one is finished. This one I have it glued down. But I'm still working on it because it's plain. And this one, I had to put something around the neck. And I think it's finished. Besides something around the neck. After I finish all these up, then I'm going to get some jute and see how long I want it. And I'm going to make a swag with these. I'm pretty sure I told you. I'm not sure. It's taken me a long time for this, doing these gingerbread, just decorating. Okay. I'm going to finish these up. I'll come back and show you how they look and what I use, because it's just going to be the greenery, the berries, and some bows. Well, I'm ready to start putting it together. So I really don't know how far apart to put them, but I'm just guesstimating, and I'm going to just lay that there. I'm going to get my gingerbread on first. And what I'm doing is running a bead of glue right across the arm. I didn't want to come that far off. Okay, we want that out like that, where this has room to go in there. Okay, I'm going to continue on, and I've only got 2 more to go, and then I'm going to turn it all over and do my orange slices and figure out if there's anything else I want to do to them. This project should be really easy. I had an old piece of board out in the garage, and it's just a small piece. And so I took a stocking pattern that I had and traced around it, and I cut it out with my scroll saw. And I've put a hole here and put some wire in there. That will be the hanger. And now I don't want to do a lot to it, but I think I'm going to dry brush it with some antique white. Just a little bit. I think that's all I want. Okay. Put that in the water. Gotta make sure. Yeah, that's good, because I still want it to look old. Then I think I'll go around the edges with the Jolie brown wax. Ooh, I'll get that white in there. I need to loosen up my bristles. Knocking everything around. Okay, I like the way that looks. That's good. So now, where is my wire cutters? Because I know I'm not going to need that long piece. I have 2 different kinds of greenery here. Pull that up, cut that up a little more. I think I'm just going to glue that down about right there. Once that gets glued down, then I'll put this on top, I think. Yeah, I don't care for this color of green. I like this green better. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to hot glue it on. I cut this stocking out probably a month ago. It's been sitting here in my room on a table, piled with a bunch of other stuff I've cut and sewed, and I got a box full of Christmas stuff I haven't touched because I go start something else instead of finishing what I have. Hey, I stopped the filming there for a bit to make sure this was cooled down. I'm going to put that piece there. Oh. Ouch. Okay, now this is just a, I think someone sent this to me. It was one in, I think it's something in one of my friend mails, happy mails. And I've hoarded it, and I need to quit. Well, to finish this up, I think I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I don't know which bell. I think the bigger bell. You know, guys, no. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to make a bow to go on there. But I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that. First time. Just leave it. Just leave it. And use this. Quit hoarding it. Oh, I went the wrong way. There we go. You know, maybe, since that's going to be hanging like that, I probably need to put the bell up here. And I might kind of stick another pine cone right here to hide all this. Because this... small one. Small one. I'm going to glue that piece down to the board. And put some glue on this. Okay. All right, I'm going to get some a little pine cone and just put right here to hide all this. And that's finished. That was easy. I tried to make it a little harder, but that was easy to do. And that's really cute. Every night we've been getting this hen out and taking her to the coop. And she's back up here. We took the whole bucket and she come back and got in the bucket behind it. So I guess we just might as well figure out we're going to be packing her to the coop every night. Now, went and found a bag of pine cones, and then I dry brushed some paint on it because those are that way. And I'm going to stick that right there, and that will hide all that. And it looks good. And that's finished.